Today I will be speaking briefly on the topic of spice grinding by hand. First of all, what are hands? Hands are the most versatile, powerful, pure tool for cooking and healing. The first thing even a kid does when they fall while playing and getting hurt is placing hands around that area. We automatically feel good, safe, and secure with them just by that act. In Vedic tradition, eating by hand and making hand-cooked food known for its purity, beauty, and the love it represents. Each finger of hand represent one of the five elements, and when we use them, we are integrating these five elements in the food we prepare, and hence we're able to infuse these five elements into our food and our mind and body. Coming back to the act of spice grinding is not just a process of making a masala to cook a food, but it's so much more. Traditionally in Ayurveda, spice cabinets, they are known as kitchen pharmacy. So spice blends are made according to the season and the dosha. So like for example, Vata balancing spices are more heating and have sweet, sour, and salty flavors. Winter masalas are half of pacifying and they are heating and have taste of pungent, bitter, and astringent, and so forth. Some of the example of the taste of spices are cardamom, nutmeg are sweet, the cumin is bitter, and so forth. The whole act of grinding by spices by hand using a mortar and pestle, using a circular motion, is a beautiful way of connecting our mind and body and energy in the act of spice grinding, and hence our actions of our hands connect us to ourselves within to the outer elements and help us with inner balance and healing. Spice grinding is a beautiful and a mindful way to prepare healthy and nourishing food. The act of hand grinding spices connect us to the earth and act as a meditation in motion. Traditionally, in Vedic Indian kitchen, one would not find teaspoons and cups and so forth, and we just use pinches and fistfuls because our hands are directly in connection with the food we prepare. We have more exchange of energy and prana, and hence the food is more flavorful. It has more energy, more prana. It's aromatic, and they are easy to digest, and we have a healthy digestive fire within us. When we use our hands like this, they are not just hands for grinding spices and cooking. They are hands for healing, hands for charging food and prana, and infusing great five elements in the food. In this way, our hands are in constant touch with the external elements in the nature and provide a bridge between external elements with our internal element. Next question is why we have to grind by hand in addition to all these benefits. Well, first of all, if we're going to use a mechanical grinder, it produces a lot of heat very quickly, and then the spices starts to get cooked, in that process. And when they are cooked, then they can become stale and bad very quickly and lose its flavor, lose its aroma, and all that kind of stuff. And on top of that, if we buy store-bought spices, they first of all are grinded in the mechanical grinder, then they sit in the warehouse, then they go to the shop, then they come to our table, so who knows, you do the math. So it's the best way to enjoy the flavor and good health is by grinding our own spices in small batches and use them within a week or two at most. In Rig Veda, there is a verse, and I'm just going to say a loose translation, and that means is, my hands are divine. They hold the greatest divine power to heal everything, anything that it touches, um, with the loving touch. And my hands are above Shiva and above God. So our hands have the divine power. It can heal anything if we have the right touch. So I can sit here and talk entire day on this topic, but I'm just gonna leave you with this beautiful thought. So next time when you are in the kitchen, we may think about spice grinding, and we may think that it's not just about making food and putting grinding some spices, but it's a practice. It's a way of connecting to ourselves with our inner elements, with the outer elements, with the nature, and with everyone. Thank you so much. Namaskar.